So George gave us a little update on his Not a Blog site, and so I decided to read some of it for y'all so we could talk about it. Let's go. So this is what he says. And we just skip to the House of the Dragon part. You already know how we do it over here. So it says, House of the Dragon has helped brighten my Sundays as well. I mean, I cannot really review the show. That would be crazy. I would love to see him review the show. It would be crazy, but it would be everything. Call me crazy because I want to see it. Anyway, I am hardly objective. Yeah, that's the point. We want to see it. Anyway, but I do want to commend Ryan Condal and Miguel Sapochnik and the cast and crew for the work they've done. Sunday's episode, Lord of the Tides, was everything I hoped it should be. Kudos to Miss Shim, the script writer, Patel, the director, to our incredible cast, and particularly to Paddy for his portrayal of King Viserys, the first of his name. The character he created with Ryan and Sarah and T and the rest of our writers, or Ty, the rest of our writers, for the show is so much more powerful and tragic and fully fleshed than my own version in Fire and Blood that I'm half tempted to go back and rip up those chapters and rewrite the whole history of his reign. Paddy deserves an Emmy for this episode alone. If he doesn't get one, hey, there's no justice. He also talks about the Archmaester leaving out the good stuff. Also, I really wanted to read this quick because, just sidetrack real quick, because Paddy said this, I forget which article it was in. He said, I got a text message from George, of course, that simply said, your Viserys is better than my Viserys. It was from George R. Martin, and I thought, that'll do it. Thanks for trusting me. Also, I saw this real quick. Paddy's co-star, Emily Carey, who played the younger version of Viserys' second wife, apparently bonded. Like, they both bonded over RuPaul's Drag Race. And I want to show y'all these vids real quick.
She's fabulous. She's serving Targaryen realness.
Yeah, hopefully it wasn't too much of a sidetrack, but I just thought it was so funny. It was so funny. You talk about serving Targaryen realness, period. You are serving. And that's exactly what you did. George R. Martin definitely approved of that message. So yeah, I had to bring that up. I had to show y'all. Anyway, George says there is a website he was talking about Rings of Power. He just talking about how he wants all of the fantasy shows and all that stuff to be successful. But this is where he talks about the time jumps, right? I wanted to address the time jumps in House of the Dragon too, not with any kind of official statement, but with some musings on the subject. There's a lot to be said. I do not have time to say it now, though. Maybe in my next blog or the one after that, or maybe never, since work keeps piling up. Very briefly, however, I think Ryan has handled the jumps very well, and I love both the younger Alicent and Rhaenyra and the adult versions and the actresses who play them. Truth be told, we have an incredible cast and I love them all, blah, blah, blah. Here he talks about how, yes, I do wish that we could see what went on between Sir Harwin and Rhaenyra. Child, we were robbed of a sex scene. Oh my God, we were robbed of a sex scene. Whew, I would have loved to see it. I ain't gonna lie. He talked about the marriage of Daemon and Laena. I would have loved to see that too in Pentos. The birth of their children, talking about a day run in Old Town, like all of that stuff. But he said, but there are only so many minutes in an episode more on HBO than on the network shows I once wrote for, and only so many episodes in a season. Fewer and fewer as time goes by, it seems. When I was a boy, shows had 39 episodes a season. By the time I was writing for Beauty and the Beast, it was down to 22. Cable shrunk that even further. The Sopranos had 13 episodes per season, but just a few years later, Game of Thrones had only 10, and not even that those last 2 seasons. If House of the Dragon had 13 episodes per season, maybe we could have shown all the things we had to time jump over, though that would have risked having some viewers complain that the show was too slow, that nothing happened. As it is, I am thrilled that we still have 10 hours every season to tell our tale. Rings of Power only has 8, as you may have noticed, and my AMC show, Dark Winds, is doing 6 episodes per season. I hope that will continue to be true. It is going to take 4 full seasons of 10 episodes each to do justice to the dance of the drag from start to finish. But right now, Ryan Condal's focus is on House of the Dragon season 2, and mine is on The Winds of Winter, which I'm sure everybody excited about. Now, it just makes so much sense what George is saying. Obviously, the time jumps, we could definitely talk about the time jumps. We could definitely critique the time jumps. We can definitely, talk about our preferences when it comes to these characters and the characters that were omitted. But I do understand what he's saying. Like, and even in my lifetime, I've seen shows shrink. And I'm sure people watching this or listening, whatever, can definitely relate to what George is saying. Like, we all watched TV get shorter seasons, come out quicker. I mean, even the binge type model. So it was already hard as it is. It's already hard as it is to do an adaptation, especially them thick ass books. Like, let's be real about that. So it's already hard, but keeping in mind the fact that TV was already shrinking, like George is saying, and on top of that, it's like, if it's one thing to develop the characters, you really do have to, and you will definitely have, especially after the OG Game of Thrones ended the way that it did, you're gonna definitely have to hook people in quick. You gonna have to hook them in quick. And I think they did that while also making sure that the foundation of the Dance of Dragons is a good one, and the plot is good and the script is good. Like, we can talk about the time jumps all day. Like, I do understand people's frustration, and I obviously don't understand it to the extent that if I was a book reader, that I would understand. You see what I'm saying? I'm not really a book reader, so I can only imagine even more frustration is coming from the hardcore book reader side of things, side of the fan base. And I get it. I mean, I understand why somebody would be frustrated, but at the same time, given what they had to work with, like the showrunners had to work with, given what happened with the OG Game of Thrones, given the state of shrinking TV, as George is saying, I think that they did the best that they could with this shit. I think that they did. I really do want some more dragons. But as far as the story, which I think is the most important part, as we can see from Game of Thrones, the last show, it's important that you get this story right. Like, it's fine, we can see the dragons later. Like, get the story right, make me feel for these characters, make me hate the other characters, whatever. Just do what y'all have to do to make this shit pop. And I know that that's what they think. Now, George said we need 4 seasons, and I am so, I don't know, I'm happy about that, because there's you want to tell the story, but you don't want no show to be going on for way longer than it has to, and then now you get episodes full of air, and these characters just wandering around, nothing's happening. Like, and I don't think that would happen, obviously, because they have a plan for it. But people being frustrated that it's not fucking 10 seasons or 11 seasons, it's just like, nah, tell the story as precisely, as succinctly, as efficiently as you can, and get up off of it. That's it. Do it well, do it justice, and get up off of it. If it need 4 seasons, that's fine. You need 5 seasons, that's fine. But you say 4 seasons, all right, I'll deal with that. That's fine. Just give me Nymeria after. I'm talking about Miss Mama's and her ships. Give me Aegon the Conqueror. I don't care if it's just the Targaryen steamrolling everybody on Westeros, and it's oh my god, we're not gonna have a dynamic story because it's just the Westeros. It's just Targaryens conquering Westeros. I don't care. I don't care. Show me all of it. Show me old Valyria. That's fine. There's so much to do that it's like, it's fine. Just do this well. Tell it in 4 seasons. We'll eat it up, and then develop these other sequels or prequels, and let me get my life. We still don't know what's going on with Jon Snow, dumbass. So there's so much to do. I don't know. Tell me what y'all thought about this update. I thought it was real cute. Thanks for checking out the video. Love y'all so much, and I'll check y'all later.